Hello, I'm Hannah and I'm the rector here at St Giles Desborough, where I'm sitting with Cath, together with the villagers of Braybrook, Dingley and Brampton Ash. And many of you will know Cath, who is our licensed pastoral minister. What you might not know is the enormous amount of things that Cath does in terms of pastoral work, particularly at St Giles. I'm not going to tell you all of those things now because we don't have time. But I did want to just get Cath to share one particular part of her ministry that is really, really important and that Cath is also extremely good at. And that is going into the care homes that we have here and ministering to the people in the care homes. So, Cath, tell us a little bit about what you do in the care homes.
Once a month, each month, we go to the 3 care homes. Go to Glenkindie and Cheney Court and Marlow House and take in songs of praise, and the residents really enjoy that.
Fantastic. And when you say we go in, is that you? Do you just do that, or do other people go in with you?
No, I'm very lucky to have some excellent helpers with Pam and Martin, but we can always do with some extra help.
Okay, so you can do with some extra help. What does extra help look like? Some people are probably thinking, "Oh, well, there's no way I could ever lead a song of praise service. That's not for me." So, what might people do that would be of use to you?
What would be really helpful would be to have people who would work behind the scenes, helping to give out the hymn sheets and collect them up each time, and to show the props that we bring to the residents, and also to come in maybe a little bit earlier before the service and talk and chat with the residents before we start.
And it was interesting, as when you and I were talking just before we started recording, you were saying that sometimes what you do in that time before the service starts, sort of 20 minutes beforehand maybe, is you go around and you ask some of the residents if there's anything they'd like to have prayed for during the service. Is that something that a volunteer could help you with?
Yes, it would be really lovely if somebody could do that. Perhaps take a little notebook and pen to jot things down, and then we include all those prayers in our prayer time during our songs of praise.
Wonderful. What an incredible ministry to so many folk who are living in our parish who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to engage with some of the things of God on a more public level. You might be thinking, "Oh, there's no way I could do that," or you might be thinking, "Well, okay, if I don't have to do anything up front, then maybe I could do something." But you might also be wondering, well, what would that mean in reality in terms of time commitment and how often? Cath, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it would mean approximately an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most, once a month for Glenkindie and Cheney Court. And also a less of a commitment if anyone would be willing to help on specific days for Marlow House, preferably a Monday and a Wednesday.
Okay, so you're saying less of a commitment for Marlow House, so say once a quarter or something like that. So correct me if I'm wrong, Cath, but I think what you're saying is that it'd be really lovely if you could have an extra 2 or 3 volunteers who would be willing just once a month to commit to an hour and a half to come and chat to some elderly folk, to come and help with some giving things out like service sheets. And if you wanted to be involved in the songs of praise, to do a reading or something, or lead the prayers, then I think Cath would be really happy about that. But if you didn't want to do that and just wanted to keep more of a back seat, that would be fine too. A plea from me really is in that I think Cath's ministry is so vital, and I really don't want to see our ministry to the care homes have to stop because Cath doesn't have folk who can go in with her. So if you could just spare just 1.5 hours once a month to go in and help her and to help make somebody's day just that bit brighter, and bring God into their kind of conscious presence, then do have a word with me or with Cath. And if you really don't feel you can do any of those things, then do just pray. Pray both for volunteers to come forward and pray for the ministry that Cath is doing. We quite often have relatives phoning up and saying that their relative has died and can Cath take the funeral? And that's a real kind of testament, really, to the vital work that Cath is doing, that people are getting to know her and having relationship to get to the point of wanting her to do that. That can only carry on if we have enough volunteers to support Cath and what she's doing. So please do have a chat with either myself or with Cath if you're willing to help. Cath, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.